it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap-ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't miss my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own, tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues. Guess if you ain't at the table, you on the menu, and I'm that spitter, baby. They don't want you to see, but everybody's out to catch. Boys smoke the trays and ponder getting their life together. I'm comfortable with my role, so I'm like, whatever. Me? I ain't got a job, but I work hard. And you don't work hard, but you got a job. The irony is I'm judged while you feel the applause. I'm slept on, that's why I had to set this alarm. My dudes is armed, I'm armed with this arm charm. Body banging like she got that cream from Barry Bonds. Yeah.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
That Dre season is here, a real hitter with a mic, I'm everything that they fear. With that hood ain't the same, I was all on their dudes. With they average spit, writing average rhymes, knocking average chicks. The closer I get, I can feel the people starting to shift. I'm loyal to a fault, and everybody can't come with. Rap's a rich man's game, I'm only playing with change. They bang models and singers, I'm knocking my own flame, I'm different. The crowd, I move with the chosen few. Black thoughts, I could be the front man for the roots. No diamonds and gold, I'm on my sticks and stones. If we can see your panty line, you should have on a thong. My team is strong, through this fire we forged a bond. And they already know what it is when I get on. To the hearse, party like it's December 31st. When I'm on my deathbed, I'll probably crack in my nurse. You ain't got the bars to compete, I'm a verbal athlete. Deflating these boys so they say that I cheat. Damn, I did it.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Yeah. I should probably start by apologizing for the long wait, man. You know, I know I be tripping. But I'm not just a rapper, I'm an artist. And, you know, my creative process is a little bit different than most. Nonetheless, I want to welcome everybody out to the Dre's Experience. I got TCF in the building. My whole camp's here with me. I got the band in here laying this cool-ass vibe. And I'm Seattle's own. Let's get into it.
Grand Rising, everybody. Happy Friday to you out there. Welcome to the Morning Update Show. I am your co-host, Trey Holiday, and we made it through the week. I hope you guys enjoyed this week as much as we did over here at the Morning Update Show team and Converge family. Got to do this with my guy, my co-host with the most, Big O. What up, Big O?
Hey, Trey Holiday.
Hey.
Yeah, thank God it's Friday.
Hey, made it, my friend.
I'm ready for it. Another week in the books, almost in about 59 minutes. Another week in the books. But man, it's been a good and interesting week for everybody. Also, want to let everybody know we've got a abbreviated show today, but this is what they say is short but good. You know, this is our Build the Beach for us by us Feel Good Friday right here. So we get another update from the team over at Leidig and the team that's leading the construction over at the new Rainier Beach High School. You know what I'm saying? We're excited about that. Lots of great opportunity. And so that being said, we're probably gonna jump into that here real quick. And our show's gonna end a little bit early because remember at 12 o'clock, I'm live with the City Club and engage conversation that's happening there. So anyways, all that being said, let me get right into it. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Update Show. And right now is the perfect time for you to tag and share the stream. Go ahead and tag and share the stream with people who you feel would appreciate culturally relevant news and information emanating from right here in the Emerald City. Want to give a big shout out to our partners over at the South Seattle Emerald and KBCS 91.3 over at Bellevue College. Also, want to remind everybody that you can listen to the Morning Update Show anywhere that you listen to your favorite podcast. Right there, they're putting SoundCloud in the links, but you can also go to Google, Spotify, iTunes, anywhere that you listen to your podcast, and just search Converge Media Network. Also, important information here, as usual, want to remind everybody the COVID-19 vaccine is readily available in King County. The vaccine is available. We've got a link there in the comments. If you want to get vaccinated, go ahead and click that link right there. Find a location that's close to you. And in some cases, they can even come to you, to your home, to get you vaccination. So if you want to be vaccinated here in King County, or you know somebody that does, but they just need some resource information, either click this link or forward the link over to them, right? I said we're kind of moving along today because we have our guest here, but I do have one thing that I wanted to throw in here. I got a kind of a feel-good story. You know, it's been up and down with Feed Co Burger. You know, they were going for their grand opening is today, and it's happening. But, you know, somebody broke in there, burglarized them. And then, you know, they recovered from that. And then 2 nights ago, somebody broke in there again in this location out there in Green Lake. And it was crazy because when I was talking to Chef Fernandez, he was like, man, we're kind of feeling like people don't want us in the neighborhood, or, you know what I'm saying? They don't like us. They don't want us here. We feel targeted. And me, Besa, and Saman, we went out there yesterday, and let me tell you, for the soft opening over at Feed Co Burger, and you know, I got some images up here, and it was brisk business out there. It looked like that community out there at Green Lake, man. They were really showing up and showing out. It was a long line that was in there the whole time we were there. Did you like your burger? Saman? Good, man. Fire. Yeah, look at him. He said it was fire. Yeah, look at him. And he's a big Shake Shack guy. And he's like, oh, Shake Shack, Five Guys, Shake Shack, Shake Shack. And he was like, yo, the burgers at Feed Co were fire. So it's a good story, Trey Holiday. And if people are out there, especially if you're in the Green Lake area, Feed Co Burger, you know what I'm saying? I think it's right there on Woodlawn, right near all the restaurant area over there in Green Lake, man, and support that business.
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, I just love being able to hear this story. You know, again, as O said, up and down, but that's like family over there, man. I love that they were able to get a warm welcome with all the people coming in, pouring their love into it, you know, being a customer, becoming a customer, maybe having a Feed Co burger for the first time. You know, they do an amazing job with their burgers, I gotta say. So, you know, honestly, the food will keep you coming back.
Yeah, I had the Texarkana burger as usual.
There we go.
That's the one that got everything and like a grilled jalapeno on it. You know what I'm saying? It's all good stuff. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep it moving along here. And what that means is we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to have Patrick McGlaughlin. He's a project manager over at Lighting. And also he's learning all the project management stuff here in the studio too. So if you ever want to moonlight for project management, we got an extra spot for you over here. He's going to update everybody as to the progress of what's going on at the redevelopment of Rainier Beach High School. You're watching the Morning Update Show.
Market Street Shoes, slinging kicks since 2006, with styles that support you and yours, getting the F outside or staying comfy when you just want to lounge indoors as well. But wait, Market Street Shoes is way more than just a shoe store. Gear up for your next outdoor adventure with apparel and accessories that'll have you looking good on the streets, the trail, or even in your own backyard. With locations in Ballard, Redmond, and online at marketstreetshoes.com, there's undoubtedly a style and size that'll fit your lifestyle.
Businesses are largely in COVID. Small businesses have been almost twice as likely to shutter.
Disproportionately so.
More than half of black business owners
struggling to obtain federal paycheck protection.
COVID-19 on
African Americans. You know, somehow we always find a way to rise.
To the blueprint builders, to the backbones of every block, to the late night legends and the pioneers of legacy, for the curators of the culture, for the family franchise, and for generations to follow. You might fall, but never fail. Keep rising, keep rising, keep rising. Apply today for a variety of business, marketing, and tech makeovers on us to help your rise.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Update Show. I'm your co-host, Trey Holiday. And joining me now on the set is Patrick McGlaughlin with Lighted Construction, also working on the redevelopment of Rainier Beach High School. And as we know it, it is Build the Beach for Us, by us. What's up, Patrick?
Not much. Happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us here in our new studio. Glad you guys were able to kind of see how we're doing and how we're moving, right? But really, you know, you've been very consistent, and I'm glad that I get to check in with you again because this project is really being intentional about bringing the community in. What are some of the updates that you can give us from the last time that we saw you?
Yeah, I would say, you know, we're at a really critical point in the project from a design standpoint where we're at what we call a design development milestone. And kind of leading up to that, we've really been focused on our workforce recruitment and making sure we're making the progress we want to see on the diversity and recruitment of our workforce while that design milestone's been happening. So we've got some pretty cool stories happening of some Rainier Beach High School students that have been able to get through the process and now are literally on our job sites. As of yesterday was first day for one young man. So we have some really cool stories. We can tell you a little more about that, as well as some of the other processes on the project.
Well, this is exciting for me because I think the biggest thing around these development projects now, especially the ones that are so impactful to community, is bringing community in. And you guys have been able to do that. Now you're talking about diversifying the workforce. How has it really been looking in terms of numbers of diversification? Because I know that's probably a part of, you know, goals and metrics that you guys have on the construction side. How are you guys able to meet those goals by being intentional to bring community in?
Yeah, we're really, I mean, to be honest, we're just kind of doing it one person at a time. And we're out here, you know, we're here today, we're asking for input from the community. We have opportunities we can provide access to, but we really need the community to come to us. And so we've had several community members come that are interested, a few are interested in the carpenter's trade, and that's who we directly hire. So we've had a group of alumni from 2019 from the Rainier Beach program that have come on through that. And Valley, who was here last week, they've really stepped up and shown a great commitment. And so our outreach event last week had another community member that came forward who's interested in the electrical trade. And he actually has a son at Rainier Beach High School, but lives on the East Coast and is now going to move back. And Valley has a plan with him to bring him on board while he's getting into the apprenticeship. So it's kind of one at a time, I guess, is how we're taking it.
Yeah, you know, I think it's a great approach. Sometimes if you have too much of a blanketed approach, people don't feel that one-on-one connection. So the fact that you guys are handling every person as they come in really speaks volumes to you guys' approach with all of this. How are you feeling in terms of the project? I mean, I know this is probably, we talked about this before, a much different process than Mitek has ever really done before. It's being, you know, super focused on bringing folks in. But how are you kind of feeling as you're watching all of this unfold?
I don't know, combination of excited and nervous, I think. We're seeing some really cool progress, and I think we just have to stay committed to doing that work over an extended period of time. And I think when we do that, we're going to get where we want to be. And there's some great stories to share right now, but we're a long way from where we want to be. So definitely can't, you know, take our foot off the pedal. But right now there's a ton of excitement and super cool to see, you know, two 20-year-old young men out on our job sites now that didn't have that opportunity until this project came along. And not just us, but, you know, Seattle Public Schools with their commitment and motivation to drive this whole project. So it's great.
Well, I think one of the things I really love about this opportunity is it really is providing direct hands-on experience. I mean, there's nothing that can really, you know, take the place of being on the set, on the scene, right? Like, hey, this is where it's happening. This is where we're doing construction. This is how we're doing it in carpentry. This is exactly what you need to be doing. So I'm excited because as we pave that way for young people to get engaged and get involved, now they're going to be able to be a part of this multi-million-dollar project. And at the end, that's really what it's about. That's one of the main goals, obviously, of this, you know, community engagement process. And that kind of brings me to the meetings that you guys have every, second Thursday of the month,
Yep.
right? So you guys have been very hyper-focused in each one of these meetings. What's happening at the next meeting coming up?
Good question. We are, so next in October, we're having the same thing. Second Thursday of the month, we're going to be focused with our mechanical and plumbing partners. So we have two partners there that pursue the project as a joint venture or as a combined team. And so they're going to come and talk about what they're doing, some of their just a little bit about the companies, a little bit about job opportunities within those two trades as well. And then, you know, also some of the WIMBY partnerships that happen from any subcontractors out there as well. So that'll be the focus to next month. Then As we get into November, December, we'll really be focused back on that WIMBY outreach because we will have our first bid packages coming out towards the end of the year. So we've really been pushing the workforce right now. We're kind of going to shift that focus a little bit and continue the workforce, but make sure we're now connecting with those scopes of work and those WIMBY partners.
Yeah, and this is, again, this has got some time on it. Patrick, give us a little bit of the kind of life cycle of where we are in the project now and what we have to do moving forward.
Yeah, we are going to start some really early basic work with actually geothermal well drilling in March, but the main school construction really won't start till next fall. So we're basically a year away from the bulk of the project. We'll be on site hopefully in, like I said, the springtime and have a little presence, but we'll kind of be in the back corner just drilling holes for about 6 months. But there will be some scopes work to go along with that we're really looking to get some WIMBY partners on board for that work.
And, in terms of the experience of the staff, the whole community over there at Rainier Beach High School, what does this look like for them? I mean, I know we talked a bit before about this kind of happening simultaneously while school is going on. What does it really look like?
Yeah, we're going to be building the new school next to the current school. So the students won't be relocated, and we're going to have to, have a intentional plan on to minimize the construction impacts to the project, but we will be building on site. So there are some headaches that are just inherent with construction, but the great news is we're not relocating the students. We're not really disrupting that educational setting that they're used to so far. And then the other good news is once we're done, there's going to be an amazing state-of-the-art facility that they get to move in straight away.
It really is amazing the way you guys are doing this. And lastly, I really want to just ask about the impact that it's having on lighted construction, right? As you guys are being intentional with this project, you're engaging community in certain ways. What are some of the practices that you're learning and developing through this project that you guys are going to take on with you to continue moving forward? Because I think that for me, the biggest thing is it can't just be a one-off, right? As you learn more, you do more, right? You have so much more community engagement that's now informing your processes. How are you guys going to be able to take that into future projects?
Yeah, we're, we kind of started this project and, we had a lot of momentum and emphasis from our leadership, and that came, through me with the project focus. But that's really starting to spread through the company, which is awesome. And when we're looking at, building or hiring these new apprentices, it's not for Rainier Beach High School, it's for our crews, period. So they're out, on Northgate Elementary, or we have a Lake Haven project. They're out there right now working in prep so they can work on their high school. They're excited about that, but then they're going to go to the next project with us. And it's about a career, not a project. And you can see, the more and more people that hear about what we're doing internally, the excitement spreads. When we do a field day, hands-on, an unexpected person comes out and says, hey, I would like to go participate. And, you see the investment out at, that Northgate site with that team out there, and just being excited to spend that extra time with those apprentices and make sure they're going to be successful and that we're giving them every tool and opportunity we can.
This is really intriguing to me, the whole thing. I'm really impressed. And that's hard to do when it comes to construction projects, because oftentimes they're really steeped in like these antiquated old age systems that really are not, trying to be progressive or bold or innovative. And I just think that what you guys are doing is exactly the opposite of that. If folks out there want to get their young folks involved, or if there's other people that say, man, I've been in construction trades, I want to get engaged in this process, how can they do that?
Yeah, buildthebeachforusbyus.com is the best place. That's kind of the project-focused website, but it has my direct contact. Here in a minute, you'll hear from Rick Dimmer with R3 Community Services, and he is really kind of our workforce specialist. And so he's a great point of contact. I'm always available, but I would start with that. Come reach out to us if you're interested in being a carpenter or a laborer. That is who Leidig directly hires. If you're interested in another trade, we have all those partners too to connect you with and make sure those avenues are open. So that's the best spot. Is everything's consolidated at buildthebeachforusbyus.com.
There you have it, everybody. You guys heard right here from Patrick McGlaughlin of Lighted Construction, dealing with the new redevelopment of Rainier Beach High School. There's plenty of opportunity for you to get engaged, get involved. If you're, interested in construction trades, if you're interested in obviously plumbing coming up next month, you're going to hear a concentrated effort around that. They just did their mechanical, their electrical piece. So really there's a lot of opportunity here. So please go to buildthebeachforusbyus.com to learn more. After this, we got Rick Dimmer coming up with our guy, Big O. After this short break, you're watching the Morning Update Show.
Market Street Shoes, slinging kicks since 2006 with styles that support you and yours, getting the F outside or staying comfy when you just want to lounge indoors as well. But wait, Market Street Shoes is way more than just a shoe store. Gear up for your next outdoor adventure with apparel and accessories that'll have you looking good on the streets, the trail, or even in your own backyard. With locations in Ballard, Redmond, and online at marketstreetshoes.com, there's undoubtedly a style and size that'll fit your lifestyle.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't miss my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own. Tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers, and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.
Welcome back to the Morning Update Show. My name is Omari Salisbury. Right now, joined on the set by Rick Dimmer of R3 Community Services.
Yeah.
All right, man. Welcome to the Morning Update
Thank
Show.
You.
Yeah, you okay?
I'm good, man. What's up?
I was gonna say if you happy to be here, but I see
I'm
you.
definitely,
I see you smiling
man. I'm
already.
happy to be here, man. I'm here with another, alumni, Garfield, man, Bulldogs.
Yeah,
so,
we like pumping that Bulldog Nation
we
around
do,
here, man. All right, so tell everybody about you. Who are you? What do you do?
So I'm the executive. I'm the founder and executive director of R3 Community Services, a nonprofit I started years ago. It actually the inception came when I was serving a prison sentence many years ago, and I was mentoring a lot of youth in prison, different prisons I was at, and I made a prison promise to keep the mentorship going. And so I did that. Didn't know how I was going to keep this promise, which was help these young guys and adults have another pathway other than getting themselves in trouble like we all did in prison. So I actually found that pathway in construction. Came in as a union carpenter, spoke to the carpenters, asked if they were willing to provide an opportunity to folks who look like me and have a background like myself. And they said, absolutely. If you vet them, we'll take them. And so it took off from there, man.
Man, that's dope. And so you're feeding people into the workforce then. They're coming into your program, and then you're preparing them for the workforce there in the construction field.
Preparing is the biggest thing, man, because a lot of times when you come from where we come from, it's like you want that opportunity, but there's so many different things going on in your life. It's hard to go after that career because a job is different from a career. Like there's a lot different commitment for a career. So we work with the mentorship and the skilling up. I mean, you're talking about a skilled trade. To build a high rise, it takes a lot of skill set. So at least giving some folks the fundamental skills. And a lot of times we don't think that we could be a part of that, or we don't see that. We don't have that model of how many Black folks do you know who have an uncle or a brother or dad that has a construction company? So where are you going to get that skill set?
Right. And, out here, I mean, that's a whole nother show. I mean, unfortunately, see, I'm from here for 29th and Jackson, but, I went to college down south. Mm-hmm. And so they do have lots of uncles and everything. But here in this city right here in Seattle, we've been historically pushed out of the construction market and everything else. So tell us a little bit more about what workforce inclusion is.
Workforce inclusion is having a project that asks for certain demographics to be hired. So traditionally you have like the apprenticeship utilization, which is standard across projects, right? You have to have, pretty much the state requirement is 15% apprenticeship utilization. But when we're talking about inclusion and diversity, we want to be more intentional about inclusion. And so that means projects having, hey, for this project, the Seattle Public School project, let's have students who actually have been a part of these schools, build the schools that they actually attended. And what about providing that opportunity to their families who may want a career in construction? Let's go ahead and be even deeper and more intentional by saying the people who live in this community, giving them an opportunity to make a great living. We got like average of $40-something an hour is the construction wages, union construction wages. So up to like $80 to $100 an hour and more for a full package of, per hour. I mean, that's life-changing, generational changing.
Right. No, that's good stuff. So your program then, is it just for people who are re-entering from Britain? Because it seems to me, so one of the big things, and there used to be, I remember back at SBI back in the day, there used to be a lot of programs, or at least a really good program for people to learn, these skills or trades and entry into like construction and other trades. And then over time, some of these programs have faded away and everything else. So there's people who may have never been in trouble, but want to get into construction, but don't know a way into it. Do you guys reach out to them as well?
Absolutely. So, those are folks who want to get in. I've had teachers say, hey, because I'm talking to their students, I've been visiting, or R3, we've been visiting high schools for years. We've been working with Seattle Public High School for years, Highline Public High Schools for years. And actually SVI, we were teaching for a couple of years through the PAC program, which is a pre-apprenticeship program that's been known as that big staple at SVI, is a staple in our community. So they were teaching there. They actually are still in business. They went over to the Wood Tech Center right down the street. So there's still pre-apprenticeships out there, but yes, we do open that up for everybody. We just wanted to make a opportunity for folks who don't never get that job opportunity after getting out of prison. You got that X on your back and it's hard. So, but we look out for everybody.
All right. What are some of your hopes for this Rainier Beach project?
The biggest hope for Rainier Beach project is that we deliver what we promised, which was providing opportunity for folks in community, former students, present students. We deliver what we said that we're going to deliver. That's the hope. Everything else is going to play out. Everything else is going to take care of itself as far as these folks having a lasting career, because the partnership we have with LIDIG is it's not just about Rainier Beach. This is about giving folks an opportunity for years to come.
All right, so this is good. And we were on Patrick's head on the first time we talked to him, because you know about the chicken dinner, man.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? The contractors come. You know what I'm saying? They get all the black subs together to give you a good chicken dinner, tell you how they're gonna get you everybody on the job site, and then they send you an application that's 1,000 pages, knowing you're a solopreneur. Are they all these barriers? And well, hey, we tried. We got all the blacks together. We did the best we could, and they were able to check their box and everything else, and they had their chicken dinner. How confident are you in this relationship with LIDIG?
I'm so confident I took the job. So I already have a 9-to-5. This is extra work for me that I have to do when I get off. And there's no way that I was going to be committed to doing this. And there was no way I was going to make give a responsibility to our community that this is what we're going to do. And so Patrick, you're talking about yours on his head. I've been on Patrick's head ever since we met. Like, hey, Patrick, don't tell me I'm going to deliver this thing if I can't deliver this thing.
Because you're like Converge. Converge is like, and it was a long discussion with these guys. We said, we don't want to be a proxy to no chicken dinner. Right. We don't want to be sitting up here getting our community all excited about something, and it's just one big chicken dinner at the end of the day. So it sounds like we on the same page.
Same
right?
page, man. So R3 is something that I created as a promise out of my passion for people that look like me and come from where I come from. Right? There's no way I was going to sell that out for a check. So if you do business with R3, any contractor does business with R3, you know that we're intentional. We're serious about what we say, and we're serious about our commitment to community and the work we do. So if you can't help us deliver that, we would rather just do it ourselves. But this partnership is good. It's great. As you see, they're engaged every month. Patrick and I talk pretty much every week, and we're working completely different. So my background is managing construction projects for a public agency. I won't say which one, but that's what I do for my 9 to 5. And I've managed over 20. And you don't see this type of real intentional outreach that they're doing. They're not just sitting back, they're actually being engaged. We actually have hands-on events at Rainier Beach High School to pull and engage folks in. So it's not a pamphlet that you say, hey, we got this project. You want to work here? No, let's come see what this project in construction looks like. If you've never seen it, pick up some tools, pick up some material, learn the fundamental skills. Is this something that you want to do every day at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning? Is you going to be able to get up out that bed every day and be passionate about getting this check for the long haul, right? So I feel great about the partnership, and yeah, so we're good. We're good.
All right. So what are some of the apprenticeships that are available?
So right now we've been working. So LIDIG is signatory to carpenters and laborers. So that was like the easy one. When you have a general, and Amari, you know, for people who don't know construction, the contractor is the gold. That's anybody, you have to get to the contractor. Even if you go to the union, they actually pull their workforce based off of a contractor's need. So at the end of the day, if you get a hold of the general, which is why I love this partnership, that's the person giving the job. And that's also the person who can lean on all of their subs. This is a $200+ million project. They're going to have a ton of subs. So all of those different subs are all opportunities for folks coming onto this project where you can say, hey, if I don't want to be a carpenter, I can be a sheet metal worker, or I can be an electrician, or I could be a plumber, right? And these are all highly paid, you know, skills, trades that they can have to take them all over the world. So we're doing it one trade at a time. That way folks can really go after a trade that they want to commit to, not just taking a job, right? Because you actually have to be committed to that trade.
All right, this is good stuff here. I got one more question for you, and then we're gonna ask people how they catch up with you. Now you're out here publicly speaking on behalf of this project.
Yeah,
it's like you're part and parcel of this project. You're sending your people. You're putting your rubber stamp on this project and on this contractor.
Yes.
And you've got young people now who are like, yo, you know what? This is, like you said, life-changing a paycheck, or people now who are re-entering, and they're like, man, this is a way that I'm committed to changing my life. So that means that we're going to put a commitment on you, and we're going to keep checking in with you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my question to you.
Yeah.
We're going to keep checking in with you now, because now this project has gone from the like the contractor level almost to now this is street level.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're going to commit to checking in with us?
Absolutely. So here's the thing. Like I even want to put it out there. See, I'm the type that put Patrick on the spot. You know what we should be doing, and it's not about getting people in. It's about them staying, right? And I'm happy to say, like, let's talk to Patrick Lydig about coverage media. Let's hit these job sites and see these young and older folks in, because it's not just younger folks. Like, it could be their dad or their mother or their sister, because it's family members as well who we're actually reaching out to. It's not just young folks. What if you're 40 or 35 or 27 and you don't have a career? You right? Do you want to be a part of building construction? Why not? So why are we not? Let's go to the job site and see what it looks like on the job.
All right. We're going to hold you to that. And I got a feeling, though, that you're going to deliver.
Yes, sir.
Before we let you go, you can look into that camera there on the left and tell people how they can either get up with you or R3 or any other information.
So the best place to go is to the joint website, buildthebeachforusbyus.com. That's the best place to go. You'll reach myself, Rick Dimmer. You can also reach Patrick McGlaughlin there. And we'll keep going. So, I mean, you guys gotta, if you want the career, you guys actually have to do the work. So check us out.
All right, good stuff. Rick Dimmer, it's a pleasure. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Yes, sir.
All right, good stuff. We're gonna take a quick break right now. When we come back, the Morning Update show rolls on.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap-ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't miss my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own, tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers, and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences.
Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.
All right, welcome back to the Morning Update Show. I'm co-host Trey Holiday, back to the set.
Yeah, man, great interview with Rick and Patrick, man. As we said, we're staying on them.
Well, I mean, the thing is that we have to, and because our community holds Converge accountable for the information that we disseminate here. And we always want to make sure that people are being sincere and their intentions are sincere, especially if we're going to allow them space here on the platform to talk about things. So we're going to keep following up with Rick and Patrick.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, in the best way.
Yeah.
I got it for the best result.
Absolutely.
Cool. So we do have an announcement to make today, but get to a few things here first. Let me put up some reminders here. October 2nd, I want to remind everybody the Black Tones are live at Pier 62. Go ahead and make sure and check that out. We're looking forward to that. And then later on in October, this is over at the Moore Theaters by STG Presents Anita Hill. I think it's Dr. Anita Hill live at the Moore Theater on October 20th. So we're looking forward to that. Today at 12 o'clock, and this is also why we're in a little bit early today, you catch me on Engage 2021. This is the City Club. You go to the City Club's website. It's more than a game. And I'm talking to some very powerful women executives, you know, from the Seahawks, the Kraken, and the Sounders. And this just came in too. This is, Jake sent this over. So Nathaniel Pinzon, I think a lot of you guys might know Nathaniel, is a big fan of Converge and a supporter, had a stroke. Was it almost a month and a half ago, Jake? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's been in the hospital ever since. And there's a fundraiser. I'm gonna put this back up. Fundraiser is October 6th at the Clockout Lounge. And what's the website for the ticket, Jake? So clockoutlounge.com. And you know what I'm saying? We wanna definitely send some love and support, because you know when Nathaniel was moving around and in the mix, man, it was a big support up there when we did the show on June on Capitol Hill up there at the Chop, or Cal Anderson. He was up there and he was supportive of that as well. So definitely wanted to throw that in there and send some love. Trey Holiday.
Big O.
Right here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, big announcement here today is that this right here is the last Morning Update Show episode that you're going to see for a few weeks. We're taking the Morning Update Show off the air. We're putting it on the shelf. And we're going to resume here in a few weeks when our studio is totally complete. We got everything, you know, good to go and everything else. Now, before you go, all of our other programming is still here, for one. For two, what you're going to find is a lot of the interviews that we do. So, for example, the interview that we did today with Patrick and Rick, we're still going to do those interviews and flight them, but they won't be in this morning show format. So we're still going to be talking to community. We're still going to be interviewing people. But the other thing is we're going to be making a lot more segments. And one thing that people like about Converge is our storytelling. And, you know, news desk is cool, but it's much different than actually being out there in the community with the camera and, you know, letting people tell their story.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's something that we're known for, and we've been doing a really great job of giving you guys a wide variety of the ways that Converge is so committed to storytelling from our community. And so I'm excited to explore some of those ways with the team here at Converge. Man, we got a lot coming up.
Yeah, so good stuff. So just letting everybody know, we're not disappearing. We're there. He is back in the middle now. We're not disappearing, but we are changing format over here. And when you see the new Morning Update Show, I promise you guys are going to be like, wow. On that note, Trey Holiday, any last words for a while?
For a while. Oh, you guys, always remember to see yourself as a part of the solution. As Patrick and Rick and the entire team at Build the Beach For Us By Us is doing, they're saying we are doing construction, but we're doing it differently. We're going to move the needle. We're going to push progress forward. They're doing something that's intentional, bold, and innovative. And that in and of itself is creating solutions around an issue where we need more human-centric development and design happening. We need the community's voice to build these new structures that are going to be effective in their lives as they live around Rainier Beach. Now they'll be able to say, man, I poured into that. I gave my comments. I went to the meetings. I gave my opinions. I got my grandson on the project. I got my nephew, my niece on the project, my daughter, whatever. This is something that is hopefully inspiring to all of you out there, because clearly when we say that everything can utilize your voice, your energy, your treasure, your talent, it can. So please find yourself as a part of some amazing solutions out there. If you don't see one that's already created, create one yourself. Be bold.
All right, good stuff, man. Yeah, it's not a happy response there in the comments.
I know.
Well, want to remind everybody, Weird at Night, tomorrow 10 p.m. Weird at Night is popping off. It's definitely still weird and at night. 8 o'clock on Sunday. 8 o'clock on Sunday. Truly Unruly. So another episode 27 of Truly Unruly. Look at it. Sasha Ward, get it together. Let me put this up. Get it together in the new studio. Do it right or don't do it at all. My mom, Mary Lee, used to say that every day. Love you guys.
Love you.
Yeah, we getting a lot of great. Wow, they'll be back soon. The studio will be complete.
Absolutely.
There we go. Well, on that note, like I said, we won't take up too much time here, but on that note, it's been, I don't know, 15, 16 months nonstop. This was a show that was supposed to start just to cover COVID in our neighborhood. At the time, the president there said that COVID would be gone by April, by Easter, and, rolled into the Seattle protests. And I think that Converge is very much cemented at this point in the history of this city for our outstanding coverage, not only of the Seattle protests, but the fact that we never missed one episode of this show. Through the Western Barricade, through the CHOP, through everything else, this show has persevered. It's been on air and everything else. And like I said, we're not going anywhere. We're going to finish up over here. It's been tough. We've had to take the show on the road to the Paramount, to the Liberty Bank building, some everything else. We want to be able to get this studio all in place, and we're going to come back here and give you guys the show that you deserve. I want to tell you how much I appreciate y'all. We love y'all, man. And on that note, go forward. Go forward in your purpose. Go forward in your humanity. And I promise we'll see you again at 11 a.m. And until then, peace.
Lift every voice and sing till earth in heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rise.